Welcome back. After threats by the Bahamas Taxi Cab Union to shut down the airport and the Paradise Island Bridge, the Ministry of Energy and Transport released a statement acknowledging the concerns raised by both the Taxi Cab Union and the Bahamas Livery Drivers Union in regards to airport operations. The statement said these ongoing tensions, particularly surrounding livery operators at the airport facilities, are deeply rooted in long-standing differences over the interpretation and application of the Road Traffic Act. The statement said after many meetings with both sides, some concrete actions have been taken, including the reorganization and increase in the road traffic supervisors at the Lynden Pendling International Airport to monitor taxi and livery drivers, erection of transportation signage, and the expansion of the taxi holding spaces at both terminals. Transport said its primary goal remains to establish a transportation industry where all participants have the opportunity to contribute fairly and equitably, and where the needs of travelers, particularly our visitors, are properly addressed. The statement said the ministry is seeking guidance from the Office of the Attorney General on existing legislation and will proceed in accordance with the legal advice that it receives from the Attorney General's office. Tuesday, August 19th, marked the 33rd anniversary of the Free National Movement's first election victory under the leadership of former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham back in 1992. Amidst this historic day, though, Free National Movement Chairman Dr. Dwayne Sands took the opportunity to blast the Progressive Liberal Party over its energy reform plans, which he says are failing.
We should have known from the get-go that energy reform was always just a big gimmick, a little strategy by the PLP. It was a gimmick to divide the assets of BPL and the energy sector in a massive giveaway to make certain grabalicious PLP fat cats even richer. Just like that lucrative deal to lease off the Exuma seabed to certain PLPs, this so-called energy reform is just another example of PLP greed.
Sands said Bahamians from New Providence throughout the islands, the Family Islands, are finding it very difficult to make a living because of the current high prices when it comes to food and electricity.
These out-of-control light bills are a consequence of a disastrous decision by the PLP in their first months in office to shut down a program left in place to buy oil at a cheaper price so we could have lower light bills. We call that a hedge. Every time you get a high light bill, I want you to think of one Philip Davis, the worst, most incompetent Minister of Finance in Bahamian history.
And finally, as of last week, Wednesday, Air Canada began suspending services in response to a strike notice by its flight attendants union. On Saturday, the 16th of August, all flights to the Bahamas were canceled, among other destinations. Well, the Ministry of Tourism was happy to confirm that Air Canada has announced that it will gradually resume service after reaching a mediation